Hey folks, how we all doing today? Hope everything's going well for you. I've had a pretty good week so far, although it's early, isn't it? Now we got some really good news coming today, and that is that I am, or should have just released the update for Tassie Trailing. So we got a whole bunch of new trails. I'm probably about 90% done finishing covering the map. Haven't got to much fine tuning, but you will see in the town I've added a little bit of ambience to it, a bit of lighting and stuff. I've been kind of picking my way around different parts of the map this week, and my main focus was, and usually is at this point, is to get the map covered, and then I can start putting in the small stuff. I will drop some buildings here and there as kind of a placeholder to add to after, but we're getting real close to having the world built, which is a huge phase 1 part finish basically. Now if you guys saw in the last video, I did add a pretty wild looking trail. It's right across the top of the ridge. It's in the video before this one if you guys want to check it out. Definitely the most technical trail I think I've seen in Snowrunner so far, although I don't play a lot. I'll be completely honest with you guys, most of my time is working and testing. It's kind of a modder's life. We choose this, so don't feel sad for me by any means, but for the most part my playtime is just testing these days. I haven't actually fired up a vanilla Snowrunner map since season 2, I think, when the editor came out. It's been all mod since then. Now I've tried very hard to make this trail across the top of the ridge as real as possible, and I'm not even sure how I got through that whole video without I rolled once at the start of the video. I got a minute or two into the trip, rolled down and went for round 2, but realistically I am surprised I did not roll off top of that cliff. It just looks super high, and I don't know, it's a couple people have said it almost gives you vertigo when you're up there, so I think you guys are going to have a lot of fun with it. And again, I tried as hard as I can to make it realistic but still video game fun, and that's always a balance you have to hit as a creator. Honestly, it's pretty surprising how little some stuff in real life translate to video games, just in terms of ruts and stuff on trails. Like, something that would be fun and challenging on a real life truck is pretty trivial in Snowrunner, so you have to exaggerate things sometimes a bit just to keep everyone interested and give them what they're looking for. So again, just trying to hit that fine balance between keeping it realistic but giving you guys some pretty intense fun. It's pretty tough drive. I can't wait to see some videos of you guys trying to get across it. Sure, there's going to be a few fails. I certainly hope so, at least. Now this update, I've also spent a whole lot of time, and I'm not finished yet, but I've spent just shaping the rock. You'll see most of the rock in this map is used with textures, so I have to shape the ground to match up with the rock texture, and it just takes a lot of time. Pine Valley was one that I did that in a lot in. I think I've done it in a few maps, but you have to use the texture to kind of line up how you want the ground to move, so edges look okay, and you'll see a lot of shelves and stuff. And again, I'm trying to copy as close as I can to Tasmania with what I have in the game, so you'll see that there's a lot of the typical mountains that are trees about halfway up, and then at the very top it's all kind of bare rock and a little bit of plants and growth and stuff. Basically, you should be able to get up to the top of every single mountain many different ways. There's a few trails I'm going to add. I don't have a lot of trails up them yet, but you guys will find a few, and I know that you'll find a way up there on your own. And just to help you out, I made sure that I built a lot of these rocky areas with not enough trees to winch to and obstacles to get around, but most of it you can free roam on, and I know that's a big thing. Some of the map is really thick forest, and you're not going to cut it your own path through it. You're pretty much locked into where this one's taking you. But a good half of the map, if not more, is dedicated to area that you guys can just kind of cruise around and explore at your own pace. There's going to be a lot of stuff that I'm still going to add in, towers, maybe a few cabins and stuff. If you guys have any ideas, throw them my way as usual for things that we can place in this world, especially now that you guys see the world for what it is. It's more or less finished on this update. There's one corner that I haven't done anything with. I'm just starting to put in, it's going to be predominantly like muddy, treed, tight trails over there to kind of balance what I've done with all the rocks so far. But I'm just starting over there, so you guys just have a real quick look at it. But for the most part, what you see is what you're going to get. I don't see any major elevation changes or anything, and most of the stuff that's treed is, we'll call with quotation marks, finished. But I still have to go in and really, even all the trails, I'll go over them again. I'm going to add more ambience to them and more ruts and fix any of the little sharp triangles that show up. So there's still a lot of tinkering to do, but you guys see the general map for what it is now, so any suggestions are super welcome, especially because tasks are going to be starting to come up pretty soon. Now, it's a little tough with the tasks on this and the Outback Overlanding map because they really are trailing maps at heart. There's not much in the way of drivable roads, and they're in places that don't have a lot of population. You don't have all your factories that Snowrunner has typically. Like highway hauling region is one that tasks were super fun to make because there was just so many options, and then most of it's good roads with off-road mixed in, where these guys are just straight off-road. So it is challenging to find good ideas for tasks. And I'm going to be completely honest with you guys, I haven't counted them, but I've probably written close to 1,000 tasks, if not more, over my modding run here on Snowrunner. So even if you guys don't notice it, I feel like I'm doing the same thing using different words at some points. So if you guys aren't getting tired of it, let me know, because I really do feel like I'm just running over the same path, although I try really hard to mix it up and add story to the whole map and a reason why things are happening. But again, I personally, and it's maybe because I've experienced it myself writing it so many times, that I feel like I'm just hashing over the same ideas, and I'm always looking for new stuff to add that isn't just A to B. Yeah, you want to put some heart into this stuff too, and that's one thing that I pride myself on, is a lot more interesting playthrough, or perhaps motivation to play through, is what I'm looking for. So I'm going to cut out the talking here. If you guys want to watch the rest of the video, it's just some of the new trails that you guys can play around on. It's, I'm just showing it off, and if anyone's kind of on the fence of playing, you can have a look at what's happening and hopefully get on board. Always appreciate you guys checking things out, and my channel's really starting to grow a little bit, and it's pretty exciting to pair it with the modding, and I really look forward to what's coming in the future. And I appreciate so much that you guys are watching and helping me out and keeping me motivated out there. So here's to many more projects and finishing this one the best we can, and we'll talk to you guys all again real soon. Thanks a lot and have a good one.